If you recently had knee surgery, you might experience a change in your balance. So today's video, I'm going to walk you through the 4 key exercises I perform with my patients after a knee surgery, like a knee replacement. But just note that everyone progresses at their own pace. So if any of these exercises are painful or you feel unsafe when you're doing them, consult with a professional. Be smart about it. But I'm going to literally walk you through these exercises just like I would if I were in the clinic with you. So for the setup, it's really simple. All we need is a chair or a countertop, and I have this little timer. So you can follow along with the timer that we have for these exercises. Again, these are 4 simple moves to improve your balance after knee surgery. Be safe as we do these together, and of course stop if there's any pain. Now the first exercise we're going to do is a single leg stance, and just as it sounds, we're going to stand on one leg in balance. So we're going to do this for 30 seconds. I'm going to start the timer, and let's proceed here. So 30 seconds in, we've got our fingertips on the chair or the countertop, and we're just holding that steady. If you're able to do this without any hand support, great, but I don't want you leaning onto one side or to shift your hips. Maintain that nice upright posture. Here we are halfway through the very first round of this. And after this timer goes off, we're going to the next or the other leg just to keep things balanced and to take a little bit of a break on the one side. So let's switch to the other side and lift up the leg from the ground for a few inches, and we're going to hold that for 30 seconds. Now again, this is a really good way to improve balance and stability on both sides. Maybe you had knee surgery on the one side, the other leg is required now to support your entire your body. So there's benefits to performing these exercises on both sides, even if you had the surgery just on the one side. We're going to keep holding this for a few more seconds and then go through another round of the single leg stance. Very good. So we've just completed one set of 3 of the single leg stance. Let's continue on with the single leg stance, holding that other side for 30 seconds. Now you'll see me, I'm using my fingers every once in a while because I really want to maintain a nice steady upright position here. There's no shame in holding the countertop slightly. You'll find that you're able to progress by lifting off one hand or lifting off a few fingers and only holding on with a couple of fingers, and that's great progress to note. So be encouraged as you continue this. Your balance should improve as we continue on with these reps. All right, get your breath here and stand on the opposite leg that we just did, and we're going to hold that for 30 seconds. You're doing good so far. I'm not wearing any shoes. There's no requirement here for you to wear shoes or to not wear shoes, but you might find it that it's easier to perform when you have some shoes on. A great way to increase the difficulty level of this exercise is to just wear no shoes, and you'll find that to be much more difficult as we wrap up the second set of our single leg stance. So we have one more round of single leg stance. I'm going to show you, this is a simple balance pad. I'll put this down on the ground because I'm going to use this as we go through the third set of our single leg stance together. You can just continue right on the ground, level surface, and we're going to set the timer for 30 seconds. And what this balance pad does, and I'm really feeling the difference here, is it provides an unlevel surface. So this unlevel surface really challenges my ankle, and I'm feeling that wobbliness much more on this position. So it's definitely much more challenging. What I'll cue my patients to do is just to use your foot as a little guiding post and to support yourself, or of course your fingertips on the countertop or chair. And let's switch to the other side. The final round of 30-second hold for that single leg stance. We're going to perform this together. Not an easy movement, especially if you've had surgery and you're trying to recover your stability, but you're doing well. We're almost done with the 3 rounds of a single leg stance. We've got 10 more seconds on this side. Almost there. Keep nice and tall. And nicely done. All right, gather your breath, and we're going to continue on to the next exercise in this series. The second exercise is called a narrow stance with reach. So what that means is simply standing with both feet together as close as they can, and then we're going to reach forward alternating arms. And so you can follow my lead. I'm going to set a timer for 30 seconds, and we're going through this 3 times together. So the first step is to bring your feet together. Stand tall at a countertop or chair for support, and let's begin with the reaches. So our base of support has been narrowed, and I'm going to reach forward with one hand. And we can reach forward with the other hand as long as you're feeling safe and stable. If you need to, grab the chair or the countertop, but we're just alternating left and right reaches, forward and back, nice and slow. From the side profile, it'll look like this. My feet are together, my head is facing forward, and my arms are reaching forward one at a time in this nice, slow, controlled pattern. That was 30 seconds. We're going to take a small break and repeat this, but we're going to do a little bit of a different variation as we do these reaches. So position yourself again, feet together, and this next 30 seconds we're going to reach out to the side and to the side, kind of in varying directions. So if you're ready, you've got your support, let's get started. We're going to reach out to the side and out to the side. If you need to hold on with one hand on the countertop as you do this, that's totally fine. But what this mimics is reaching out, let's say to put a dish away, or reach over to lift up an item to a shelf, and we want to maintain our stability as we do that. And you may find that it's more difficult as you turn your head looking to the side, because our center of gravity, our balance wants to shift as well, but maintain that nice upright position. And that was another 30 seconds. So we're going to work through one more round of this together on a narrow stance with reaches. And this one, we're going to combine some movements. So if you're ready, bring your feet together and let's do this again for 30 seconds. Let's reach forward with both hands, back to the center, and out to the side, back to the center. One arm forward or both forward, and then out to the side. We can do either one arm or both arms, whatever you're comfortable with. Just get the idea of moving your arms in space while maintaining a narrow stance. There isn't a strict science to this. If you miss one movement, left or right, it's not going to change the outcome. The real goal here is to provide some variation and variety, and that was the end of 30 seconds. And what that will do is mimic some of the real life activities that we go through reaching, maybe in a small, narrow stance. And so that's a really important exercise to work through. Let's go on to the third exercise. Okay, this third exercise is called a 3-way hip kick. And in the previous video, I talked about working through 3 sets of 10 repetitions. Frankly, I find it quite boring just to count out the repetitions of this exercise that I'm showing you right now. So I'm going to set a timer, and we're just going to work through the timer together, performing 30 seconds on each side a few times. So if you're ready to do this exercise, again, find your chair or countertop, and the movement is simple. We're just going to kick forward, kick to the side, and kick backwards. And I'll provide a few cues as we go, but let's start the timer together. I'm standing tall and kicking forward, back to the center, kick out to the side, back to the center, and then kick behind me, back to the center. I'll turn as we continue to do this: forward kick, side kick, and back kick. And to show you that it's not a very far movement, I'm not kicking too terribly far, but I am moving the leg in a way where I still feel stable and upright. That's the most important part of this. I don't want you leaning to the side to get a little extra inch or so. All right, so that was the performance on one side. Let's do the other way. And we're going to set the timer again, kicking forward, out to the side, and behind. Forward, to the side, and behind. And another thing to think about when you're standing nice and tall with good posture is to try to keep your abdominals engaged. In other words, keep a nice tight core as you work through these slow controlled movements, kicking to the front, to the side, and to the back. And that was 30 seconds as well. So we'll take a small break, and then we'll do the same thing on the right side or the other side that you started with. So for me, it was my right leg kicking, and we're going to set the timer again and do that together. Let's go. Kick forward, kick to the side, kick behind, kick forward, side, and behind. And we work on this hip stability because it's so important when we're going to take a step or going upstairs. We really focus on strengthening the entire lower extremity from our hips down to our ankles after any sort of knee surgery. These areas are really a focus, especially when it comes to balance. All right, we have one more kick on this side. We're going to kick forward, side, and back. Let's get kicking with this one. So kick forward, kick to the side, and kick backwards, forward, side, and back. Now, if you need to take a break, go ahead and take a break. No one's stopping you from doing that. Of course, you can pause the video and continue on as you are able to, whatever pace you feel comfortable. But sometimes it's just motivating to have someone else do these exercises with you, whether we're in the clinic together or we're in the kitchen doing these exercises at home or wherever you are. Nice work with that exercise. We've got one more round because I wanted to do 3 total rounds of kicks, but I'm going to do this with a band around my legs. If you have a resistance band at home, this is a great way to progress the exercise. Of course, I'll link to any of the bands that I'm using in the description, but of course make sure that you're feeling stable and have a chair or countertop ready for this exercise with resistance. All right, let's kick forward, kick to the side, kick behind. We're going to continue forward, side, and behind. Now, if you're on your own and you want to count out these exercises, you can count out 3 kicks and try to do this 10 times. I just found it easy sometimes to set a timer and to do that for 30 to 60 seconds or to a point of fatigue. Good job with that one. We're going to do the other side, and you might not have a resistance band right now, and that's okay. We're going to do another 30 seconds of kicking. To kick forward, kick to the side, kick behind, at a nice controlled pace. By the way, a lot of these exercises are in the book that I've linked to in the description below, Total Knee Replacement Made Simple. Some of you may have had a knee replacement and you're not sure of what exercises to do that are safe after your knee replacement. That's a great resource for you guys. And that was the end of 30 seconds. So let's continue on with the 4th exercise. The 4th exercise is called a heel raise, and this is a very familiar exercise for some. It's simply going up onto your toes to raise your heels off the ground. We're going to do this 3 times for 30 seconds, and if you're ready to get started with your chair or countertop in front of you, let's do some heel raises. So, timer is going, and we're going up onto our toes, raising our heels off the ground. Remember to think about a nice, slow, controlled movement. It's not a race. We're not trying to run through as many reps as possible. The last thing I want is to have you experience a calf cramping sensation. So avoid those cramps in your calf by going nice, slow, controlled, and deliberate about your movement and taking breaks. So that was 30 seconds. We're going to go through another 2 rounds of this. And if you're ready, after about 10 seconds of a break or pausing the video and getting back to it, let's do another round of these heel raises. If you have experienced a surgery on one side, you might note that it's a lot easier to want to shift to one side and avoid putting weight through that surgical side. Make sure that you're putting even pressure through both feet as you raise your heels off the ground. If it's difficult to do initially, just gradually work into that and just note how you're able to put that pressure more evenly, and that would be a really great indicator of improving strength on the side that you just had surgery on. So that was our 30 seconds. We're going to do this one more time, and then we'll have completed the full round of the balance exercises. If you're ready to get started with the last round, let's get moving. The timer is going, and we're raising up onto our heels. Or raising our heels, going up onto our toes. The stronger we get our calf muscles, the easier it will be for propelling ourselves while we're walking or going up and down stairs and just feeling more stable in general. A few more seconds here, and that will be 30 seconds of this exercise. Great job if you've been following along for this entire video. Of course, if you had to take any breaks, that is totally okay. Make sure to do these exercises throughout the week, and I'm sure that you're going to start seeing some improvements as you work through these exercises. Hey, great job completing all of these exercises. I'm proud of you. I'm glad that you can continue to improve your strength as we work through these exercises together. Sometimes it's just more motivating to have someone work through these exercises with you, and so I'm really glad you stopped by. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos, and of course save this video or give it a like below so you can quickly reference it when you do the exercises again this week sometime. I hope you continue on over the next week or two working through your balance exercises, and I'm sure you'll continue to see progress with your goals. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.